good morning, and welcome back to the channel. So here we are, we're getting into the third week of October here in the Lower Mainland, and the leaves are just starting to change colors now. So I decided to go out for a ride. So where am I gonna go? I don't have a clue. I'm gonna go out and find an adventure somewhere. Where that's gonna be, I don't know. So I commented on another Moto vlog channel just the other day when somebody was talking about getting lost on the bike. Before I left, I decided which way am I gonna go, north, south, east, or west. So I chose east because that's the easiest way to get away from people. So here I go. Off we go, heading east. Okay, we'll check in with you a bit later when I find out something where I'm going. Well, here's a popular stop. There's a lot of schools that come here this time of year. There's the pumpkin patch. A lot of the elementary schools that come here for field trips. So I decided to pull over into Hope to refill my coffee. So I'll take a little pit stop here, and I still have to find my adventure yet. And no, it's not going to be like the bike scene from Rambo on this street. That's not the adventure I'm going after. Well, I found a trail that looked a little bit interesting. I just thought, well, I might as well just see where it goes. I really don't know where it goes, but we'll check it out. Sure a lot easier to do a trail like this on this bike than the road glide. Well, we didn't get too far, did we? Oh well. Well, I guess we'll head back down and we'll try another one. I decided to go for a walk on the trail here. It's not a hike, it's just a walk to the Othello Tunnels to see what it's all about. And there's some signs on the way. So I guess this area was part of the old Kettle Valley Railway, which was a railway that was constructed in the 1900s to connect Hope and the Lower Mainland to the interior. So this section here through the Coquihalla from Hope to Merritt, this section was constructed after, or I guess during World War I, so it'd be 1916 to 1918. And on this stretch here, the average cost per mile at that time was about $160,000 per mile. But there's one section of this stretch of the Kettle Valley Railway between here and Merritt, and it didn't say where it was, but that 1 mile costed $300,000. And at that time, in the early 1900s, that was the most expensive mile of railway in the whole world. So Andrew McCullough was the lead engineer designing all this and constructing it all, and he was a huge fan of Shakespeare. He carried Shakespeare with him all the time that he was through here. So they ended up naming several sections of this Coquihalla stretch after Shakespeare characters. I never knew that. So I'm going to enter the tunnels here. So I was just reading about it there. Because at that time in 1914 to 1918, when the tunnels were being surveyed and built, it was inaccessible by machine. So they actually had to do all of this by hand, by pick and shovel. And they would drill for dynamite, but it was hand drilling. Then they put the dynamite in, but everything was pick and shovel after that for 398 meters. Man, that's a tough job. I find it amazing that people would actually do that, find their way to get through this canyon. And to figure that they can get a train through here. So in 1914 is when they started surveying this area to find a way to get a train through this canyon. But I'll show you both sides here. Could you imagine surveying this by hand, just with ropes and what you could carry on your back to get through this canyon? There's one direction. And there's the other direction. To try to survey a way to get a train through here. Could you imagine that? So in reading one of these boards that's right behind me, I find it so interesting that of course the surveyors had to do everything off the side of the mountain, but the people who started drilling the tunnels by hand with pick and axe, so they had to build bridges over the canyon to get from one tunnel to the other. They used ropes that they carried in and the wood from the forest around here and made suspension bridges so they could get over the canyon, so they could drill a tunnel by hand with pick and axe. Could you imagine getting dispatched to that job? So I'll have to check it when I get home. But in the movie First Blood, where Rambo's getting chased by the helicopter in that scene in the gorge, it was actually filmed right here. And I was told by somebody that I met here that this is where they filmed that sequence. So on my walk through Othello Tunnels, I met this one fella here who's doing some vlogging on YouTube also, and he's the one who gave me the information about the film areas here for First Blood with Rambo here. So I'll let you introduce yourself. Here you are right here.
Hi, my name is Anil and I'm from India. I'm a student in TRU. So as a part of whenever I get time, I used to do videos on many special places, many places like in BC.
So here he showed me a couple of things. So one of them is up here behind us. It's up there somewhere, which I'm going to look for when I get home. Is where Rambo was hanging off the rock.
This is
right?
Stand right where you are.
And then there's a rock down here that he was also telling me that the one rock down there is where Rambo was standing on it, taking a look back up on the canyon.
Looks like he wants to turn himself in. It's not my fault.
So anyhow, thanks to a fellow YouTuber here,
Bye.
I got some information I never knew before.
Bye. Bye.
Well, today at the Othello cutoff, I tried all 4 different directions off the Kokala Highway, and every single direction's closed due to pipeline construction. So I'm glad I found the tunnels, or else today would have been a bit of a bust. Well, time to head back home. Well, I'm back now. I've come to the end of another great day of riding. I hope you enjoyed that little video here today. Ride safe and stay safe, and we'll see you on the next video.